they're not both, all four of them racing each other, just to prevent any confusion there.
Right, yeah. And it looks like we are off. So right away in 1-1, our racers are going to be trying to pick up a mushroom. Looks like Ace decides to go for a slightly sooner one. Narfman foregoing the mushroom. Ace going straight into the tail. He is a big proponent of the tail strats.
He loves the tail strats.
Likes to use it everywhere. Yeah.
Narfman actually going right into a Koopa there and taking an early death on 1-1. Just hopefully getting the jitters out early. Looks like he succeeds on that second try on 1-1.
And it looks like SuperSonic was able to build that P-speed in 1-2, so he'll be zipping through it a little faster there. HaxOr right behind him, though. It's a very tough world 1. It seems like, oh, it's the first world, like, why is it hard? But the game tries to teach you a lot of different things all at once, and in order to do that, it really crams these smaller levels together. So doing that it makes it very tough to run through all these stages really, really quickly, as we see SuperSonic grabbing the quick leaf. Ooh, HaxOr takes a hit. He's going to pick up the mushroom, and yeah, he's just going to have to actually sit this out and fight the Boom Boom. So SuperSonic has grabbed the tail, has grabbed the whistle. This is the Warpless category, so he can't use that whistle, but that's the fastest way to beat the fortress. So that's why we grabbed that whistle.
And HaxOr will have a small advantage in the sense that he will not accidentally have a whistle to blow later in the race. So
yeah, that's the risk you run this entire category. You've got that whistle as the first item in your inventory, and one accidental menu in A press, and you've just blown your run. So a little scary. You get kind of used to it, but it is always something you have to keep your eye on. So we see SuperSonic setting up for the Superman here, builds his speed nicely, and is able to clear this gap without having to cross over.
Narfman and AceOfArrows clearing out 1-5 about simultaneously, very close to each other.
It looks like Narfman can't quite build the speed, but does go back and build it again, so he's able to clear it. Ace just using the tail to fly over, and HaxOr has picked up a triple flower. Very rare. Nice 3 up there.
Quite rare, yeah.
So normally you want to avoid getting 3 of the same kind, as you see that little animation and celebration happens. That does waste a couple of seconds, depending on what you get. But normally, if you're running at P-speed, you'll get a star from the blocks. So seeing a triple star is not super uncommon. Seeing a triple flower or a triple mushroom, a little more rare. So interesting stuff there from HaxOr.
Though it does sometimes seem if you get the first 2 flowers, that third one...
It's going to happen. You can't avoid it. There's no way.
The game has a way.
So all of our runners about to be or are on the airship. I'm curious to see which of them will go for the Larry fire kill. It is a little bit faster than just jumping on him, but does take a bit of precise setup and some good execution. We'll see who goes for it here. It's like Sonic deciding just to jump on Larry here. And it looks like he's out at about a 338 on the wand grab there.
A decent World 1 for SuperSonic. Narfman and AceOfArrows taking on Larry, again, simultaneously. They're pretty locked up right here.
Yeah, it looked like Narfman started the fire kill, but missed a couple of the early fireballs, just decided to forego it. And yeah, the simultaneous wand grab there. HaxOr, pretty good setup. Misses 1 fireball, but does get the fire kill. That is a little bit faster there, so
that's
a 4-12 World 1, yeah.
Yeah. Sonic having a little bit of stutters in the first level of World 2, but he's recovered nicely.
Yeah, so you can keep your P-speed. It's worth it. So a little tricky, but does get through it. Yeah, meanwhile, simultaneous drop-ins on World 2 there for Ace and Nerf. Oh, Narf actually hits the corner of the block there, but does recover it.
And you see there kind of how they entered simultaneously and where the P-speed kind of makes a bit of a difference in each level.
Right, yeah. Every stage, you really get a couple extra seconds if you can build that P-speed, so...
It adds up.
So Sonic moving into 2F here, and there's a kind of tricky P-speed build. Looks like Sonic just barely missed it. Might get it here towards the end. Does just barely get that P-speed to carry it into the second room.
Unfortunately, doesn't get it coming out of the pipe, though.
Yeah, you have to be precise with your jumps when you're coming out of a pipe to preserve your P-speed. And different pipes kind of act different ways, so you kind of just have to get the feel for how you're supposed to come out of every pipe. Which is something that takes a little getting used to, but once you do it, it's definitely a big help. So we see Supersonic getting that fire kill on Boom Boom, killing Boom Boom with fireballs a little bit faster than jumping on him 3 times, which is one of the reasons we prefer to have fire throughout the majority of the run. Another reason being, if you have P-speed, your P-meter will never run out as long as you're running, in terms of how the game describes running. Whereas with the tail, once you jump with P-speed, you'll actually lose it after a certain amount of time. So in general, unless you need to fly, you'll see most of these runners just using either Big Mario or Fire Mario, Small Mario. With the exception of that being Ace.
I was just going to say, Supersonic narrowly avoiding a death from the Koopa right there.
Yeah, had a little bit of trouble getting into that Koopa at the end of 2-3, but stays alive.
Yeah, it looks like Ace is going to take his time with that Koopa.
Yeah, it's a little risky trying to deal with that Koopa shell, especially as Small Mario. You know, you don't want to take the death there and have to redo the entire stage, so a little bit of safety there. And looks like Sonic is heading into 2-5. You can actually do either 2-4 or 2-5. 2-4 is a slight bit faster if done optimally, but a lot of it is up to these Hammer Bros. As you can see, our runners have skipped past one of them. That's the one that has the music box, as they don't really need that. But the other one that has the hammer is very important, as the hammer allows you to skip stages, and skipping stages is fast. So they'll be grabbing those hammers a little bit later, and you kind of just want to make sure you're following him around the map.
Skipping stages is fast. I think you just blow my mind.
I know, right? It's a little known trick. Not a lot of people know about it, but that's the kind of insider knowledge you get. So moving into the pyramid now, one of the more technical stages of the run, you have to kind of deal with these 3 different walls of bricks, and moving through them while maintaining P-speed, very difficult. Narfman had a very, very nice pyramid there.
Absolutely.
You see Supersonic wrapping it up as well.
So Narfman is going to be the first one into the auto-scroller of this world.
Yeah, Narfman, really solid World 2 there. I actually didn't see when he got the... Did he get a semi-early hammer? I'm not remember seeing him in the sand level. We'll have to check his inventory. It might have just happened under the radar here. But yeah, he suddenly shot into the lead. That might be a semi-early hammer. I think I saw him in 2-3, but he might have gotten it after it.
Yeah, I was noticing that he was pretty far ahead of Supersonic after Supersonic was kind of ahead of him by a good margin.
So we'll see if any of our runners are going to go for this Morton fire kill. There's a little bit more going on with the Morton fire kill in terms of learning what kind of patterns you're going to get. But yeah, it looks like Narfman was starting into it, but it's just going to go with the jump kill. And yeah, so yeah, I think Narfman got a semi-early hammer because he's asking in SRL chat, how do you play 4F1 anyways? So what happened there is the hammer came over to the left side of the screen a little bit earlier than it normally does. And when it does that, you can actually skip over 2 or even 3 stages, which is faster to do here in World 2 than it is to skip the 1 stage in World 4. So we'll see a little bit of a route deviation from Narfman here, as he'll have to play 4F1. But obviously, as you can see him suddenly vaulting into the lead, it's a big time save in World 2. So overall, very, very useful if you get that luck.
I haven't noticed a fire kill from anyone yet on Morton.
No, it looks like they're all going with the jump kill. That's not too crazy. Morton's one of the trickier ones to get a fire kill on. So for runners of this caliber, most of them will just take that 2 seconds and just do the nice and easy jump kill. So runners moving into 3-2 here. We'll see if any of them go for the P-Speed strat. One of the most difficult strats to do in the game. I was practicing it for about an hour and a half last night and got it like once. So I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys just kind of taking their time like Narfman is here, just hopping over the Koopas and the Cheep Cheeps. You still have to deal with some very interesting Cheep Cheep hitboxes.
Looks like Sonic was going for it.
Yeah, it looks like he set up for it, didn't quite get the P-Speed. It's very precise. You have to start running at a certain time, have very short jumps that run across the platforms just right. Like everything has to be set up just right for you to get that P-Speed. So it's a very difficult strat. Narfman making his way through 3-3 now. Pretty crazy stage to have to deal with. You get the rising and falling platforms, which can really mess up with your timing. Oh, we see HaxOr getting the 3-2
HaxOr does
P-Speed.
get it, yeah.
See if he can preserve it here. A couple of little turnbacks, but that's a very nice stage. That'll save him some time.
Very
for
nicely
sure.
done. Mm-hmm.
Making it look easy. See if any of the runners go for third door here in 3F1. You can actually enter into the third door and then re-enter that door the frame you appear and go straight to the boom boom room. It saves about 6 seconds if you get it, but it does lose about 15 if you don't. So I don't know if any of our runners will go for it here, especially with how tight this race can be. It's a pretty big risk, but I'd love to see it. Supersonic actually did get this in his All Forts race with Grand Pooh Bear at Calithon, so...
Yeah, not seeing him get it there. I don't think Narfman went for it either, so...
Yeah. It looks like Narfman's got an okay Hammer Bro pattern. This is one world in which those Hammer Bros can really, really mess with your run. As you see, there's bridges on the top of the screen that are going up and down every stage you complete. It's very important to keep those bridges in just the right pattern. You want to clear out the first 5 stages of the world and then also fight both Hammer Bros to let those bridges be in the correct spot for when you cross over 3-6 to go straight to 3-8. So it requires you to not take any deaths and kill both of those Hammer Brothers, which sometimes one of those Hammer Brothers can run away and basically throw that all out of whack.
It looks like Supersonic... It looks like he's got a good Hammer Bro pattern as well, so...
The HaxOr with the double water bros. A little bit of time loss as the Hammer Bros die a little slower in the water, but does clear both of them out. You see Narfman in 3-8 right now. Another up and down stage with the boss bass trying to eat you. So a very scary stage to have to go through after using a cloud. It looks like he's through just fine. We see Sonic making it across.
Looks like we're switching to Narfman's audio now since he's ahead. See if he gets this H jump in 3-9. And he does. Clears it pretty easily.
Ooh, HaxOr getting a little close to Boss Bass there in 3-8, but he's able to get out of it. Meanwhile, we've got Ace just clearing up 3-4. Sonic gets the H jump.
And no runaway bros today in World 3, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's very nice. It's a really big time loss when that happens, is you have to take an intentional death in 3-6, which loses your Fire Flower, which is actually very important coming up. Wendy, the Koopa Kid of this world, a pretty difficult jump kill, but a much easier fire kill. So you definitely want to have fire moving into this airship. So luckily, none of our runners have to deal with that unfortunate luck, and they'll be moving on just fine.
Haxor did also just nail the H jump, and we're going to see if AceOfArrows can make it 4 for 4 and 4 for 4 with good bros. So it's just also good that we are having no runaway bros in this race, just because it is for very closely seated racers. And
yeah, we
don't want something like that to make it not as close. So
yeah, this is definitely a category where luck can have a major swing on your time. So kind of hoping. I mean, we see some really good luck from narfman getting that semi-early hammer, but kind of hoping throughout this race everybody gets some fairly close luck. We see Ace making over at the H, but taking a hit, so he's lost his fire here. So he's going to have to go into Wendy with, I'm guessing, a tail. The one item is a tail on this airship. Narfman cleans up the Wendy fight there.
Yeah, missed a couple early fireballs, but cleared her out, just nicely.
Yeah, the hitbox on all the Koopa kids is kind of weird. It's up in their head, so especially with like Wendy, who can hop across the ground there, it is possible if you kind of mistime those fireballs that she'll just hop over top of them, and you have to kind of recover from there. But good job there by narfman. SuperSonic with a very, very clean Wendy kill right there.
So this will lead us into every kid in the late 80s, early 90s favorite world in this game, which is Big World, world number 4. At least it was my favorite.
Yeah, I think most people would mark it as their favorite. It's a really fun world to speedrun as well. A lot of really cool strats and cool stages in this world. See narfman, unfortunately not getting that early P-speed in 4-1, has to take the old casual stroll through 4-1. SuperSonic going with the shell setup, is able to get it, and maintains the speed nicely there throughout the stage. So what narfman did was actually very important. By using that fireball to kill that Koopa and grabbing that ice block, he actually despawned one of the piranha plants in the stage, making it a little easier to get that P-speed. There's a lot of strats like that that you kind of don't really notice. Killing certain enemies or grabbing blocks, stuff like that, to despawn enemies in order to make it through stages fast. So we see SuperSonic doing the same thing there. Meanwhile, Ace clearing out the Wendy fight with the tail. If anybody's going to be able to do it, it's Ace. He's pretty comfortable with it. So.
Of course, yeah. He's the tail master. narfman taking a hit early and a hit late in 4-3. But he still does make it through alive, which is a good sign.
Yeah, 4-3, a very, very technical stage. It's really fun when it goes right, but it can go wrong very quickly. That's going to actually be even more interesting, is he's going to have to play this fortress now because he doesn't have this hammer. So going in there... Oh, and he's actually getting a marathon as well. Oh, no. So the two bros, you can't see them off screen, but they're actually locked in together, walking to the exact same spot every time. And they are still going.
I cannot believe this. Oh,
they
wow.
Finally stopped. Oh, wow. That's...
Was that about 20 seconds? That was just an estimate.
It feels like it, yeah. So, the luck, unfortunately, turning against narfman here.
At least with Small Mario in this fortress, it's a little bit easier to get through some of those small gaps, like that one that he just lost the mushroom on.
Yeah, unfortunately loses his mushroom, but gets through the stage at the very least. You see Haxor and SuperSonic both having a little trouble with 4-3 as well, but now you see SuperSonic will be using that hammer that he got in World 2 to go straight past that fortress and straight onto 4-4. And oh my gosh,
Narf is getting another marathon here.
Just some awful luck in World 4 for narfman.
Okay, they didn't do it that time.
I was worried. I was worried they were going to do it again, man. I was so ready for it.
And missing the early skip in the first water stage in this world. I guess the only water stage in this world.
Yeah, decides to grab the mushroom instead. Not a bad call.
Yeah.
As the end of this stage can be a little scary. You got the Lakitus just throwing Spinies almost at random, it seems. So, and we see HaxOr taking a hit there. So, pretty scary final part of the stage if you don't get it exactly.
Narfman doing a good job of avoiding being sniped here.
Oh.
Very close at the end.
But he gets out. So we see SuperSonic fighting what looks like both of the bros here. There's actually, in the second half of World 4 and the beginning part of World 5, there's 2 P-Wings and 2 stars, 1 in each world. And most runners will try to get just 1 P-Wing out of that set of 4. So it looks like SuperSonic decides to fight the bros here in World 4. He'll likely be using a music box at the beginning of World 5. HaxOr, he used a music box here, but takes a death. This is going to get interesting for him. As these bros are going to wake up after 4-6. He might have to fight one still.
HaxOr using an interesting strategy I never really thought about right there to bounce on all those enemies to get over the Piranha Plants.
Yeah, a little bit of a tricky P-speed manipulation there, but it is able to get you over. And yeah, it looks like Narfman is going to have to fight one bro here. We'll see what he gets. He gets a P-Wing, which is, I guess, better than the star, but he's still going to have to basically press his luck in World 5 with those bros. Meanwhile, we see Narfman. Looks like he's cleared out all the bros in World 4 as well.
Ace getting the tail back. And SuperSonic going to be the first into one of the slowest levels of the game.
All aboard the World 4 hype train. This auto-scroller moves twice as slow as any of the other auto-scrollers in the game for really no reason. I don't understand why it moves so slow. It's just awful.
SuperSonic saying hi in chat from the World 4 airship.
Yeah, I mean, there's really, it's not even like it's like exciting, like you're trying to dodge all this stuff while this is going on. There's really nothing happening in this stage. It's pretty awful.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the Resident Sleeper global emote, now is the time to use it.
Resident Sleeper, I gave it my best shot. We do see our runners adjusting their coin counts right here. As you see Ace going back, I think this must be the P-Wing that he wants. It's the star. Okay, he decides to grab the extra star. I'm sure he's got a use for it, so... but yeah, so you'll see the HaxOr here picking up just a certain amount of coins. You just saw Narfman do it as well. And the reason they're doing that is to avoid coin chips, which are a danger in this game. So basically how it works is if your coin count is a multiple of 11, like 77 on the HaxOr's screen, and the tens digit of your score is that same digit, in Worlds 1, 3, 5, and 6, that'll turn one of the Hammer Bros into a coin chip, and that's a slow auto-scroller there that you don't want to play. So basically, throughout different points of the run, you'll see runners adjusting their coins, adjusting their score, just different stuff like that to avoid these coin chips. It's usually not a huge risk, especially if you're kind of experienced with the run, but it's one of those things that the second you stop thinking about it, it all of a sudden happens, and you've ruined your run. So,
yeah, always something you want to be aware of.
Luckily, that explanation is just about long enough to finish out the World 4 airship.
Almost. You got anything
else?
Not
quite, but almost. No, I really don't. We'll see. We got SuperSonic rolling into Iggy here. Iggy's a Koopa kid that likes to have a really hitbox sometimes. He can jump up really high really quickly and just jump through you. Luckily, it doesn't happen there to SuperSonic. He's able to clear it out. Looks like a 23-27, give or take. Meanwhile, Ace dumping his Fire Flower for a tail. I would expect no less.
Of course. It looks like the HaxOr and Narfman are almost synced up. We're seeing a lot of synchronization in this four-way.
Yeah, unsurprisingly. All these racers very close in skill, so lots of sync back and forth, which is pretty great. Looks like both of them right around a 24-minute flat, World 4.
SuperSonic taking an unfortunate hit, losing the Fire Flower, climbing this mountain in 5-1.
Is able to avoid the nippers there. There's actually kind of a different... There's two different approaches to the end of that stage based on whether or not you have fire. And he didn't quite get the jump that he wanted to as Big Mario, but is able to clear it out. So Moving on to 5-2 now. Very important that you make your bounce up onto this this pipe up here. You don't want to fall down this long pit that leads into this really, really terrible room with a bunch of spikes throwing ice blocks at you. You want to go up to this nice and easy top part where you can just slide through some Goombas and have a good time. We see Ace clearing out Iggy. About a 2450 on the timer for him on the World 4. Narfman with a very nice... Oh!
And Haxor missing it. This is unfortunate from him.
Yeah, so you'll basically see the time loss here, as we saw Narfman getting the bounce all the way up, Haxor having to take his time and fall all the way down, and now he's got to deal with this very, very difficult room. Takes a death, and that honestly might be a better option at this point. It's super slow to get through there, so he's just going to give it another shot on making it all the way up.
And he gets it the second time. I do believe that's going to be faster. If you don't know the bottom section of it, then it can be pretty tricky. Yeah,
there has been a P-speed route for the bottom section planned out, but it's not easy at all. So just busting it out of nowhere, not something you can do. So probably just a better option to take the death there.
I believe you mean busting it out.
Oh yeah, it is Bustin' Thursday. So Supersonic moving through the tower now. He did take a hit early there, so he is small. This is a stage where you can keep your P-speed, but managing all of those pipes is pretty difficult. One of the more technical stages in the run, again. So Narfman had to clear out both of the Hammer Bros down in World 5. Supersonic grabbing a mushroom here in 5-4. I'm not sure what the Haxor, what his Hammer Bros situation is looking like. Looks like he's going to fight this one here. Unfortunately gets a star, but I believe he had a P-Wing from World 4 already, so he should be okay here. Yeah, he's just going to go straight into the tower.
Moving right into it.
World 5 is, the top of World 5 is a lot of stages where one mistake can easily mean a death, as a lot of these stages are above open pits. So maybe not the most difficult set of stages, but definitely some of the most punishing stages in the entire run.
Yeah, all above open pits, with exception to Skyfort, which is above lava. So really the same thing.
Yeah, you get no reprieve up here in the sky.
Supersonic picking up his Fire Flower again.
Yeah, 5-5 and 5-7, you'll see stages for basically kind of recovery if you need it to get that Fire Flower back. A couple of fairly easy power-ups to pick up along your way. And Narfman has just clipped through a block down by the donuts. Luckily, he was planning on running the whole time anyways, so I don't even know. He probably barely noticed it. Oh no, he did just post, yo, that zip. So, nice sub-pixel perfect trick there by Narfman on accident.
Yeah, plenty of subpixels in this game, and you have no control over them, so...
Yeah, that sometimes happens in some really, really awful spots. Luckily for Narfman, that wasn't too bad of a spot for it to happen. He was just going to keep running as it was, so everything's okay. Narfman foregoing picking up this music box. I'm not sure if he might have gotten the one in World 2. This Hammer Bro you don't necessarily need if you get that music box in World 2, but most runners will skip the one in World 2. We missed him getting semi-early hammers, so I'm sure we definitely would have missed him getting the music box.
Right,
so
yeah.
If he already has that music box, he doesn't need it, so he can skip over this one. Meanwhile, Ace taking a little detour here, just saying hi to the Tanuki suit. I think this
not even getting it.
Is a little bit faster if you have the tail, actually, is to go down into that pipe. But you need a tail to get in there, which is why you won't see it on the other runner screens.
Oh, learn something new every day.
Yeah, I think it was shown off by Barn Owl in the last tournament, and that was the only reason I learned about it.
Narfman completing the Nintendo Power Guide impossible stage there.
That's right. Nintendo Power says you cannot complete that stage without taking a hit, so you better get that power
He
up.
didn't take a hit.
Yeah. So he's going to be the second one into the World 5 airship, just right behind Supersonic. HaxOr and Ace not too far behind either. Supersonic boosting his score there with that Fire Flower. See the HaxOr getting some nice P-speed there on 5.8. That's a... Oh! Hits that top cloud, but avoids it nicely. Very good recovery there. That can get
great
pretty
recovery.
scary.
Yeah, just like we were saying, all of these levels in the top of World 5, it just, if anything breaks your rhythm, it could really throw things off.
Oh, and I think Supersonic might have jumped just a hair early there on Roy. Takes a hit. Not the worst thing in the world, but it's going to cost him a little bit of time. Looking like about a 30-54 wand grab there for Roy.
Yeah, the next, it might cost him if he doesn't know about getting the leaf in 6F1 to do the double damage boost over the spikes, but
Right.
I have a feeling he probably knows about that.
Yeah, the one spot that it really could hurt him is depending on this first Hammer Bro pattern. If he gets a low pattern, it'll cost him a little bit of time versus had he kept his fire. But that's really the only real time loss there. So yeah, Supersonic going to be heading into this pipe and popping out using that other hammer in order to break through this rock, skip past 6-1, 6-2, and 6-3. And he's out of hammers right now, but these bros feel bad for him, so they're going to give him another one.
It's not often that the bros comply with you, but
yeah,
Supersonic
luckily
getting a late birthday present here.
Luckily, those bros can't move, because otherwise I'm sure they would screw you over as much as they possibly could.
And he is going to get the leaf for the double damage boost on these spikes.
Nicely done there. We saw about a 31-19 grab for Narfman, and the HaxOr with about a 32-05. And Ace making his way through the second half of the Roy's airship here. Nice little star kill there by Supersonic. Narfman gets it as well. So really interesting Hammer Bro setup in this world. I don't know if you want to talk a bit about this a little bit, SMO, about kind of how we see a death from Supersonic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
so the Hammer Bros in this world. So let's see. There's 3 Hammer Bros in this world. The first one you have to fight because it's in the way of the fortress. It gives you the hammer, which you want anyway. The other 2 Hammer Brothers, one has a cloud. Oh, Supersonic taking another death here. The other 2 Hammer Brothers have a cloud, and I believe it's a star, correct?
yeah,
Yeah, and you really only want to fight the one that has the cloud, and you can actually tell which Hammer Brother is which by the way they're facing when they stop walking. And I actually do not know the direction because I have no idea how to read those Hammer Brothers. But
it's okay. I may have just learned this a couple days ago. The cloud will actually face to the left when they stop walking. So that's something that for a long time, trying to listen to the movements of the Hammer Bros and figure out where they could be so that you only get the one and not the other was a real big pain. But now that we have this kind of hot new tech, makes things a lot easier. We see Supersonic. Yeah, he takes the death there. You want to go into 6-5 with a P-Wing, as we just saw Narfman flew up to the top where the exit was and then was able to get out. So I think Supersonic is forgetting to use his P-Wing there, but goes in with it the second time through.
yeah, you don't want to lose it in this stage either, because that... Oh, and of course, there's the commentator curse.
Yeah, you need to fly to get out of this stage, so Supersonic's going to have to go grab one of the 2 tails in stage. You see Narfman fighting a second bro. It looks like he's going to grab the star. I don't know if the star might have walked in front of the one spot. No, he decides to pick it up anyways. Just, I guess, for extra safety there, picking up that star.
Luckily, Supersonic did have a little bit of a lead to give, but we're getting close now between the Haxor and Supersonic.
Yeah, Haxor definitely has a chance here if he's able to maintain his P-Wing to cut a lot into this lead.
Does he get the despawn? He does get the despawn.
Yeah, very nice there. So Supersonic taking care of the bros now. Gets the star. He might also not be aware of which way they're facing. See Narfman using the ice block strat in 6-8, kind of clearing out those nippers in order to build P speed. Oh, unfortunately lands a little too early there, isn't able to keep his speed over the big H. But luckily not as big of a recovery versus the little H jump, so...
Yeah, pretty easy to get over the large H in World 6.
Haxor running a little too far there. Says hi to the Thwomp, but being small or big here, not really a huge deal. 6-8 you can play pretty much the same way, and then you'll be using a P-Wing in 6-9 anyways. So that hit, not a big deal.
Switch back over to Narfman sound since he is building a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, he's in 6F3 now, moving through it pretty well. A couple of turnbacks, but nothing too bad.
Yeah,
looks like he was maybe setting up for the clip there. Not quite. It's hard to tell, but you can actually clip into the floor there. We saw Narfman do it earlier with that floor clip, but that one actually skips this kind of second room right here and saves a few seconds, sending straight into Boom Boom. Meanwhile, Ace getting his flights through 6F2. We kind of breezed over it, but that's a strat, a stage where it really challenges your tail mechanics. So, well done there. It looks like Ace used the P-Wing to get through it. Oh no, he just ran out. He just had P-Meter for a long time there. So, but he gets through it. Haxor has just finished up 6-9. Supersonic right on his tail. Narfman, the first one into Lemmy's airship.
Lemmy. One thing about Lemmy's airship that you learn pretty quickly running in this game is the first level in 7-1, you want to be Big Mario so you can clip through the first wall in 7-1 and not have to play it because it is just an obnoxious level. So if you lose a power-up in this level, if you do not come out of this level as Big Mario, then you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah,
it's
luckily,
pretty easy.
Yeah, luckily the stage and the fight are not too bad, but it's it's one of those things. The second you stop thinking about it, you accidentally mess up.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy auto scroller, but if you take it for granted, it's not going to be good.
So we see AceOfArrows flying over 6-9 here, while Narfman is pretty close to the end of this auto scroller. This last jump up here is kind of a little tight. You basically get 2 shots of it while the fire isn't shooting, but Narfman making it through nice and easy. I saw some Lemmy shakes there for Narfman. Lemmy blessing a run. For whatever reason, sometimes Lemmy just likes to get really, really scared about the fight and just starts shaking uncontrollably. This game is really programmed. None of the racers going for the airship clip. I'm a little sad.
I am a little bit sad about that as well. I just learned that one about a week ago.
Yeah, you can just clip up, and then you don't even have to play. Hello.
Hi, Arglet.
Hi, I'm back.
Hi, I'm Esmo.
Hi. I'm glad everything is. We're here. We're playing the video game again.
We are, yeah.
SuperSonic got the clip.
He did get the clip. The Haxor trying to get the clip. Not easy. If you don't have P speed, then getting one of these wall clips it's kind of a crapshoot, really. But the Haxor getting it there, we're gonna see AceOfArrows give it a shot. Maybe he won't give it a shot because I know it's supposedly a lot more difficult with a tail, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's actually based on your subpixel speed, which is something you. Well, it's based on your subpixel position, which your position is updated in subpixels. And when you jump with the tail, you start to lose some of that horizontal speed again. So you give yourself a little bit of a harder chance to get into the right spot and get the right subpixel alignment to get the clip. So it's definitely still possible, just makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm guessing Ace is still going to go for it. He just wants that tail maybe for 7-2. So hi again, everybody. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think we're all back. And look at that, second try. Just get it second try, really easy. It's not even difficult.
It's a free trick.
What are we talking about? What are we doing over here?
Why are we even commentating? Do we even know?
I don't know. Maybe that's why we dropped, because they were like, well, they're gonna say something real stupid and just look dumb.
Let's see, the Haxor and SuperSonic both making their way through 7-3 here. Not using star strats. It's a pretty fun stage once you, even with star strats, it's kind of fun casually, but
yeah.
But a lot more fun without the star once you learn it.
Yeah, so Ace wanting to use that tail there just to float over that gap that you saw the other runners kind of had to build and maintain speed for. Meanwhile, we got narfman heading into 7-8. He's flown over a couple of stages, as you do at the middle section of World 7. Takes the hit here, but he does have a star. I'm curious to see what his item routage is going to be here. Yeah, it looks like he is going down to try and get this hammer suit. I know this is something he had potentially talked about going for. So this route is going to be a little bit different from, I believe, all the other runners. Narfman is going to try his best to keep this hammer suit. Oh, and he loses it immediately, unfortunately.
Yeah, the commentator's cursed right there.
But you can actually, if you keep that hammer suit throughout the entire rest of the game, you can save a bunch of time on the Bowser fight. But it's some very difficult stages, and you have to keep that hammer suit to save any time. Looks like Narfman heading into 7-9, though. And actually going around. I'm curious to see this route here. I figured he would have gone for the clips, but decides just to go through the stage. Basically, you have an option to skip one of like 3 levels towards the end of the game. A lot of runners will skip either 7-9 or 7F2. You can also skip 8F, but it's a lot riskier. You see SuperSonic in 7-7 right now. I don't know if he just went to the wrong stage or just maybe prefers 7-7.
Yeah, I mean, 7-7 is a pretty straightforward stage, so not a whole lot to learn there. So maybe that's going for the easy strats.
Oh, the Haxor picked up the hammer suit as well. Awesome. See how he fares.
Oh, he barely avoids getting out of 7-8 with that, but he gets it.
Yeah, very close.
Not going to see any clips from SuperSonic either, unfortunately.
Yeah. Just deciding to go the safe route through 7-9. Maybe the Haxor will go for him.
Yeah, maybe. No.
No, we got no clips in 7-9.
Ace is our final hope here.
Pretty safe. To answer your question in the chat, it's a little riskier to skip 8F because if you're doing the fire suit route, that's kind of your last chance to get a fire flower. So if you lose your fire before 8F and have to go into 8F and get it, you basically negated all your time save. That's why it's kind of the riskiest of the 3 stages to skip if you're going the normal fire route. I'm not sure exactly what the riskiest stage to skip if you're going hammer suit is. It might not be 8F in that situation. I'm not entirely positive on that one.
Ace also doing 7-7, did we say? Or 7?
Yeah, 7-7.
7-7, losing both of his power-ups there trying to get the last star.
But we see Narfman with SuperSonic close behind and Haxor also jumping onto the World 7 airship. This is actually the longest level in the game. Even though it does move at normal speed, it's it's a super long stage, so it ends up being just slightly longer than the super slow scrolling World 4 airship. One nice thing about this airship is that both of those power-up blocks are fire flowers, so if you do need to get to fire flower, you can use basically, you can get there from any power-up state. Even becoming small, you're still okay.
Not seeing any clips from AceOfArrows either. Our final hope has let us down.
I was hoping for somebody to go for at least a couple of them, but looks like they're all playing it super safe here. You know, at the same time, I can't blame them. You can lose a lot of time trying to get those clips, so you got to be really on your game with them to save time with them. So
you really do, yeah.
It's like Narfman getting out of the Ludwig fight nice and easy, and he's got a 45-44 wand grab. So Ace has actually gone into 7F2 as well. I believe he normally skips 8-1, as that's kind of what he considers his Achilles heel. So we'll probably see his cloud usage there, actually. But I mean, you know, that's, I mean, I think he said multiple times, he's like, if I go into 8-1, I'm going to die, so why am I going to go into 8-1? So, you know, if that's a stage where you just can't seem to get over it, it's definitely worth it to skip over it if you can. Especially
in a race setting, you got to know your strengths and weaknesses and play to them.
Right. So in case you missed auto-scrollers, don't worry, we've got 2 more for you. We've got both the tanks and the boats here in the beginning of World 8, all leading up to one of the... I don't even... What do you want to call it? Exciting? It's kind of exciting. It's exciting because we're not doing it. The hands are coming up.
So take your bets on, you know, who's going to get how many hands. Hoping for 0 for all of these racers. But it could be an equalizer here.
Yeah, I never root for hands for anybody, but in a race setting like this, I would love to see it kind of just even everybody out. So like if Narfman gets 3, and Supersonic gets like 1, and Haxor gets 0, and it kind of all ties them all up. And then Ace somehow gets in there too. I don't know. I want to see an even match coming out of hands. That's what I want.
Absolutely. Make it really exciting for the finish. One thing to note is somewhere, I guess, in the clips or anywhere else in World 7, Supersonic has found his lead back over the Haxor, so it's a very tight race between the top 2 runners.
Yeah, they're both in this auto scroll. This is a race that could very well come down to the hands or just some slight execution error. I guess while we got a minute, we can talk about... We've got a couple more SMB3 races coming up tonight.
We do at, I believe at 10 o'clock on Speed Racing, on just Speed Racing, we have, is that the Pro A007 versus Ibuba 7?
I believe that is our matchup of the 7s. So that'll be happening in about 5 minutes. So shortly around the conclusion of this race, you can hop on over to that channel and catch more action. And then we've also got a second race that I believe is going down on this channel between When Chuck Attacks and Dodge Master Dooley. So that should be a good one as well. So tons of action tonight. This just sort of all of a sudden ended up being a really packed night for SMB3 tournament action.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to note, Dodge Master Dooley is the runner formerly known as Retro Dooley. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but in case anyone was wondering.
I want Dooley to come up with like 18 different names. I want him to be like the prince of speedrunning. Where just like all of a sudden it's just like a symbol at one point.
If Twitch will allow that as a name, I would love to see it.
Yeah, can somebody just get the prince symbol as a username? Can we do that?
Is that not an official Unicode?
Is there Twitch staff? Yet? Yeah, somewhere we can get this sorted out. So Ace has wrapped up World 7, looked like about a 49-10 on the wand grab for him. Some pretty decent boat swag there from Narfman. Totally not superstition, it definitely matters as to how many hands you get based on how good your boat swag is. That's fair, Martin. We should probably just let Prince have that symbol.
There's some Minnesotans in the chat tonight, not knowing which Prince we're talking about. Shame for shame.
Oh, Narfman getting grabbed by that first hand, which we've all pretty much figured out. Even though the game's code says it's like a 50-50 as to whether or not you get it, that first hand's like 95 to 99%. You literally always get it.
Without Mr. Cab here, I was thinking we were safe.
No, that's why I don't believe in the cab curse, because it's just the first hand. You always get it. Oh, and the second hand as well for Narfman. Supersonic with some good boat swag in the meanwhile. So each of these stages costs about 15 to 20 seconds. That second one is pretty short, so it's the least costly, but since you don't have to do them in Warpless, you obviously want to skip over all of them. Oh, nice 1 and 8 for Narfman. Gets grabbed by the third hand. And Supersonic gets no hands, has just taken the lead in the race overall.
Wow.
Haxor gets grabbed by the second. So now Supersonic on the fast airships. These move twice as fast as most normal auto-scrollers. Kind of a difficult stage to have to deal with all of these rocky wrenches throwing stuff around. It's a little easier if you have a tail or a fireflower to take them out quickly.
Yeah, tail, you can kind of just wait and see when they're going to throw and float down to the next platform. Fire, you can, if you know when they're coming, you can kind of snipe them off before they shoot, so.
Haxor with that swag hammer kill on the first rocky wrench, but he's kind of moving quickly to jump on top of them. I think the speed of this auto-scroller is really great, in that if you don't deal with these rocky wrenches, they have like just enough time to throw another wrench back at you, which makes it really scary if you don't handle them. But yeah, so we see Supersonic is the first one out of the fast airship. Narfman and Haxor not far behind either. Oh, and Haxor takes a little damage there and loses his hammer suit. Oh no.
I was really hoping to see him make it to the end with the hammer suit. Especially in a race this close. I mean, that could have been a difference maker. Oh
yeah, with how much time he would have saved on that Bowser fight, it would have been a big difference there. Supersonic going for the early P-Speed in 8-1, unfortunately unable to get it. So he's going to have to... Oh,
standing up a little
there.
bit too fast, yeah.
But he's able to navigate around and get out.
He's still got a chance to get the flower in the fortress, though, so...
Yeah, not a huge time loss just yet. Can get that fire flower back without too much effort. And just using up some stars here. I guess he grabbed a couple extra along the way. You see the Haxor getting the earliest P-Speed in 8-1 and handling it very nicely there. Very difficult strat. Well done there.
All the way through the level. Great job. Let's see. Ace coming up on the hands now, so we'll see how many he gets.
I want to point out really quick, Supersonic made a very brilliant play right there. That last jump, as you see Narfman do it, he actually bounced off the Koopa. If you make this jump, you have to jump at the very, very edge of that platform to make it all the way across. Supersonic saw he wasn't going to make it, turned around really quickly, and landed on that music note block in order to not die. So really, really heads-up play there. You see the Haxor getting that jump nice and easy.
Yeah, bouncing off the Koopa, a little bit safer to do, but a little bit slower as well.
Yeah, it's a tiny bit slower because you lose your speed for just a little bit, but much, much safer. So see Supersonic trying to get through this in one P-switch cycle. Looks like he's got it nice and easy there. That's a really nice thing to not have to wait another 15 seconds for the next P-switch. Cleans up the Boom Boom. And Narfman really close behind as well. He's just about to enter the Boom Boom fight. The Haxor about to keep up here too, moving into the P-switch room.
Yeah, seeing if he can get through here in one cycle as well.
Yeah, those jumps right there that you just saw the Haxor do, very precise. You want to avoid the waffle, but you still need to get over there in time, so you need to keep your P-Speed. So, really tricky stuff to have to do, but all three of our runners doing it pretty well there. We see Ace using a P-Wing over the fast airship. I didn't see how many hands he got, but I want to guess he didn't get a lot of them since he's already there. So that might have been a one or a no hand for him.
We see Supersonic implementing some kind of tank strat. I don't know if it has a name or not.
Nah, he didn't quite do it. I'm seeing my boy Narfman do it, the world famous patented Auglib tank strat TM. You can literally just hold right in this stage, mash fireballs, and jump anytime it looks like you need to jump, and you will be just fine. You don't have to worry about
doing
anything.
it as well, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, he gave up on this strat. Unfortunate. It's so easy. I've seen too many people lose their runs to this stage that it just makes me sad.
Ace taking the safe route in 8-2.
Yeah, this route will allow him to avoid actually spawning the sun at all, so he can make it through that last part a lot faster and easier. But you do lose a good chunk of time going down into that sand pit.
You can see he waited when he came from the pipe there. That's actually to make sure that the next piranha plant up on the mountain will not shoot any fireballs at you.
All right, so Supersonic moving into Bowser's castle there, goes for a clip. That clip saves 1.5 seconds if you get it, loses 2.5 if you don't. So it's kind of one of those things that, unless you're like really tight on your PB pace, you pretty much see just about everybody go for it. It looks really swaggy when you get it too. But goes for the easy one-up clip there, and he'll be trying to make his way to this top part to get to Bowser.
Tried to keep his P speed there in the final room before Bowser. Not really having any luck there. Well, has it a little bit.
He got it back there, and looked like he was a little unsure about exactly how to use it, but gets through the room, and now he's got 35 fireballs to take out Bowser.
Ooh, and he does very close, nice. Very close to Bowser. Throwing a fireball there, it looked like.
Yeah. Oh, and Narfman moved over to the right a little early there, takes the hit from Bowser. He's going to have to wait for Bowser to jump kill him now. But luckily, we get to talk about Bowser's hitbox.
Of course. What hitbox?
Yeah, it's apparently there. But it's just his head, so you can actually just chill underneath Bowser and be just fine. We see Haxor missing a fireball here in Bowser, but luckily got a pretty good pattern, so still able to get the fire kill. And we've got a 56-27 from SuperSonic, some very nice run there. Actually a race PB by 6 minutes, so GG to SuperSonic.
Big GGs.
And the Haxor wrapping up with a 56-55 on the timer, 57-01 according to RaceBot. Unfortunately,
GG to Haxor, GG to Narfman as well.
Yeah, second place in this race means he is going to take the loss in his match. Narfman wrapping up with a 57.05 in his splits, 57.09 according to RaceBot. Again a PB, so nice race PB from Narfman. So really, really tight race. So I think we all kind of expected it, and they definitely delivered. We'll see if we can get any of these guys in for an interview. As we see Ace wrapping up the super tanks, and he's got just Bowser's to go. Oh, and SuperSonic, or excuse me, AceOfArrows, I think picked up the hammer suit in World 6 in that Toad House. A little slower, but doesn't allow him to use it here. Yeah, it's a four-way race. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So if he can keep it through to Bowser, we will see a little bit of swag to end out this four-way race.
I think we are joined by SuperSonic. GG, my dude.
Hey, thanks, guys.
What's up, my dude?
Hey, good. That was quite a race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. Back and forth between the three of you guys, and AceOfArrows just wrapping up a really quick Bowser kill with the hammer. It's very nicely done. So yeah, it was a really good race between all you guys.
Oh man, yeah, I was not expecting to get any hands in that race. I was expecting to get at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, we saw Narfman actually get all 3.
Oh really?
You get 0 to just scoot by him all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
So talk to us about your race. What are some of the levels you really enjoyed? Some of the levels you maybe didn't enjoy? I can perhaps think of one you maybe didn't enjoy too much.
Yeah, 6-4. I have no idea what happened. Like I was playing through the level, then all of a sudden I guess I jumped too short to land on the platform, so I ended up like falling in the pit twice. And I had to take an intentional death in 6-5 because I forgot to put the P-Wing on. I was like, oh my god, that's such a stupid move. So I had to take another intentional death, get the P-Wing on, and then... So yeah, basically, World 6 was really rough, but beforehand. 4-3. I tried to get P-Speed, but the Giant Bros kind of threw me off, so I ended up losing fire. And I tried to get P-Speed back at the start of the level, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get it, so I had to play the level normally. And as far as everything else goes, I'm actually pretty proud of like World 3 in general.
Yeah.
Except for 3-2, but
yeah, we were talking about that's a really tough stage. We did see HaxOr get the 3-2 P-Speed. Narfman had a little bit of trouble, but did get it as well. So, but I mean, that's one of the really most difficult stages in the entire run.
Yeah, I just managed to keep fire there, so I was really happy with that.
Yeah, I think we're also joined by Narfman. Narfman, welcome. Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, hey, thanks everyone. GG. Man, what's up with the World 4 bros? Come on. Can I catch
you you had 2 marathons that took about 1 billion years, and we were like really sure that the third one was gonna come the next stage. Like it was just, you were getting trolled so hard by those bros.
Yeah, I did get hyped for early hammer though. That was pretty awesome. Never got that ever, and then in a run I was flipping out on my side.
Yeah, we kind of missed it at first. All of a sudden, you were like the first one going into the World Tour. So we're like, wait a minute, I think he got early hammer. So this is going to be interesting. I think we got the HaxOr in here as well. Welcome.
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, you PB'd, right? By like 30 seconds?
Just about, yeah. I had an idiot moment at the very start of the race, not putting my timer on.
I had an idiot moment at the start of the race in World 1. My World 1 is a disaster, man.
Oh, goodness.
It's those early race jitters happening, it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost like 40 seconds over what I can do in World 1.
Yeah, I had a sweet 1-1 death as well, so I'm joining you there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Those early race jitters, it's rough to race this game, especially when you've got literally billions of people watching you on the Speed Gaming Network. So I think we got Ace in here as well. Welcome, Ace.
Yes, we do. Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm glad I was able to put up a 58 for a race.
Yeah, you guys all had really solid times. We were saying before that this was going to be a really close race, and you guys all delivered really solid times. So GG's to everybody.
I agree. GG to everybody.
I heard Supersonic got no hands. Is that true? No hands?
Yes,
that is
you got
true.
no hands.
My God.
Well, now he has to compete against that, so...
Yeah. Well, and then I heard you got 7-1 clip really fast, too. It took me a bunch of tries to get it.
Yeah, I got a second try.
You know, we had Ace get second try with the tail after we spent about 35 seconds.
Tail, I have been killing it with the 7-1 clip skip lately.
That's crazy. We were talking about it for like 35 seconds.
The last 2 times I made it to 7-1 in any environment, I've gotten first try. I got mac and cheese both times, and now I put up a second try tonight. It's been incredible.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think the only times I've ever actually gotten 7-1 first try were with tail. I got like 3 PBs in a row or something with tail before I was doing 7-2.
Here we were, like
crazy, yeah.
Right before Ace.
I think I lied. I don't think I got first try on the dance pad on the showcase. Although I did get it faster than I thought I would.
We were just talking. We saw you go into 7-1 with the tail, and we were talking about like, I don't know. It's supposed to be pretty hard with the tail, and then you just nail it second try.
Yeah,
we clearly have no idea what we're talking
really
about.
Don't think that's the case. Or maybe I've made it easy. I don't know.
Maybe you just have figured it all out.
He's got that voodoo going on. Whatever.
I have that magic touch.
Teach me your ways.
Yeah, if you could teach me how to get that.
I'm the tail guy, you know, so I have to do that. That's my job, after all.
I did notice that in your bio, you said something like "Tail is love, tail is life." TM.
Oh, it is, man. Tail is your best friend.
I love it. I guess we could talk about who these racers are going to face next. Looks like Supersonic going to be taking on the winner of Mitch Flower Power and Great White Hope.
Oh, baby.
That'll be a fun one.
I'm trying to find the other one.
Can we take a quick guess on who you might rather face in that matchup, Sonic?
Actually, you know what?
Mitch,
Either one
obviously.
is fine. Like I would
Awesome.
go with either one, but if
No,
it has
I
to
love
be
it,
Mitch,
the
I
confidence.
gotta give it.
You gotta
all.
take him out sometime, right?
Yeah.
Look,
You gotta face him
someone's got
eventually.
to take him out. And
I think
you
Mitch
know,
is in the chat, so if you wanna start the smack talk,
Hi, Mitch.
go ahead.
I don't know what to say.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, right? So
To be the man, you got to beat the man. That's true.
exactly.
It's gonna be tough, but I'm willing to take on the challenge.
Fair enough. Let's see. Who do we have? Let's see. Narfman going to be moving on. Here's another interesting matchup. Going to be taking on the winner of the Cujo and TBD between Garion and Sharky. So the number 1 and number 2 seeds are who you guys are facing next. So congrats on winning tonight. That's what you have to deal with in the next in round 3. So
I think we got the winning out of our system, so we're all set.
I don't know. I wouldn't count yourself out just yet, but better you than me. I'll say that.
Yeah, to be honest, I really do not envy Narfman having to go up against Cujo.
Yeah, I mean, so Mitch's current world record, Cujo was only world record, like, what, 2 or 3 years ago, something like that?
Yeah, Cujo had the world record not too long ago, so.
Yeah, his PB is like 4 or 5 minutes faster than mine. I'm just imagining how many deaths. You know, he can just die 8 times and still best me, probably.
Right.
I mean, he could get Runaway Bro and 3 hands.
Things
and
can happen.
A million tries with Eclipse and just random deaths, you know.
He could get World 4 Runaway Bros in 3 hands. Oh, man.
Goodness.
Poor person who would ever get that.
Did I just hear World 4 Runaways? You can get Runaways in World 4?
World 3.
World 3.
Oh, yeah, 3, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the
one
marathon.
of the 4
You
runners.
can have the marathon in
Nope.
World 4 as we saw tonight. So
No joke, guys. In one of my no reset runs and preparing for the tournament, I got Runaway Bro in World 3, and then I had to fight him on top of it. So I had to take a death, then fight him. Then I got all the bros in World 5, and I got 3 hands. I was a little tilted after that run.
This is a great category, isn't it?
Imagine.
It's so much fun. It's just a blast every time you play it.
you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, it's really true.
I'll be looking forward to all forts in the winter. 100% confirmed. I'm not just making that up right now.
It looks like the Haxor and Ace, you guys will be facing off actually against the losers of those matches. So, looks like, let's see, loser of 3. Trying to do math here. So, Haxor, you'll be up against the loser of Mitch and Great White Hope. Ace, you'll be up against
Okay.
the loser of the Cujo and the To Be Determined. So you guys are kind of just, I think all you guys are going to be watching those matches closely to see who your next competitors are. Anything any of you guys are going to focus on? Any strats you want to maybe implement or work on before your next matches?
Yeah, I'll be working on some strats. I'm probably going to be working on fire killing the rest of the Koopas. I can do 3 of them pretty well, but I want to learn World 4 in particular.
Right.
And just in general, just being more consistent. It's strange. I did a run right before the race, and it was only like 2.5 minutes faster than that run. So
Consistency is a huge thing in this game. It's so hard to be consistent.
Yeah.
Things can go wrong so quickly. So yeah, consistency definitely a major thing.
Anybody else got anything they're going to focus on for the next round? We can.
Well,
start with
I'm gonna be
SuperSonic.
I'm gonna be rewatching my run and see like where my mistakes were, and then just focus on those mainly, and then kind of do a little touch up on the other strats as well. Just kind of keep the muscle memory going.
Right. Narfman, how about you?
Yeah, I think I echo whoever it was with the fire kill on some of the airship bosses. Really only got World 4 like remotely close to lockdown. And then more Bowser practice, obviously.
Sure. And then Ace, anything you're planning on working on?
Well, the thing is, I may not do the fastest strats, but I'm pretty consistent with the strats that I know. So I generally stick with what I know, and that way I can put up a pretty decent time most of the time.
Sure, sure. All right, let's take a look at what we've got going on. I think we've got a race going on over on Speed Gaming right now, and that is the Proa Buba race going on. And then on this channel in about 10 to 15 minutes, we've got Chuck versus Dodge Master Doobly. So a couple more things going on with this tournament. We've also got a ton of other things over on all of the Speed Gaming family of networks, really packed tonight. Looks like we've got Chrono Trigger going on over at Speed Gaming 4, and then the Zelda 2 Randomizer Weekly coming on after that. We've got the Resident Evil 4 over on the main Speed Gaming channel, and we've got the Link's Awakening DX tournament going on Speed Gaming 2. So tons of different things to watch. If you're interested in any of that, be sure to tune in. But I think that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much to Supersonic, Narfman, TheHaxor, and AceOfArrows for that excellent race. It was a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
you
congrats,
also.
man. And
GG,
happy belated birthday again.
Oh, thank you.
And I want to give another shout out to Asmo. Thank you for joining me in the booth.
Thank you as well, Oglib.
And we got to give a final shout out to all of our hardworking friends over at Speed Gaming for showing off these races for us. It's been a ton of fun to do it, and we're just getting started. So there's a ton more action coming your way.
Yeah, keep following the tournament. We got plenty of good rounds coming up next. And of course, follow the runners if you enjoy what you saw tonight. They all are putting a lot of work into this, and they would love to have you in their channels, I'm sure.
And if you want to see this game played on Dance Pad more than you already have, you want to follow me.
Exactly.
More dance pad.
More dance pad, more tail.
All right, thanks everybody for watching. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.